It's finally here! Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome to Mario and Luigi Dream Team, the fourth and currently final installment in the Mario and Luigi series. That being said, you know, they've bypassed trilogy now. We're now into quadrology, or whatever, you know, the fourth thing series is called. English majors get on it. But point is, they're probably going to make another one, because now that they've made 4, I think 5 is pretty likely. It's the first game on the 3DS, and currently only Mario and Luigi game on the 3DS. Once again, very much subject to change in the future. I'm not a psychic. But it's a pretty gosh darn fun game, and I'm very excited to bring it to you guys. Definitely the most anticipated project ever to be on this channel. Probably will have that title for a long time because of how popular Partners in Time and Bowser's Inside Story was. It was pretty obvious that a lot of people were going to recommend this game. And I know it's taken a while for me to get to it, but I finally feel prepared and ready to go, and just, oh, I'm raring to go on this adventure. It's a really fun game. It plays very similarly to Bowser's Inside Story. Compared to how different Partners in Time and Bowser's Inside Story was, this game is a lot more similar. Is that a good or bad thing? I don't know, because Bowser's Inside Story was my favorite in the series. Does this game surpass it? I'm not actually sure the answer to that question, because they're both really good. But playable Bowser is pretty hard to beat, let's be honest here. But, hey, let's go find out. I'm raring to get Mario and Luigi out on an adventure. It's going to be a gosh darn good time. Let's go ahead and get started, guys, on our adventure. As you can see, by the way, they have like the little spoiler text if you go like onto a file. So we're going to go down to this file, which I already pre-prepared because it doesn't have any spoiler text. Because I'm cool like that. Now, I made a poll a few days ago, and whether or not we should be doing hard mode or normal mode for this playthrough. And hard mode was definitely the winner, and it's kind of the one I want to do too. I mean, if we're going to be doing this project right, we may as well do it, you know, on the hardest difficulty. You only unlock hard mode, though, after beating the game on normal mode. So if you're playing along with a fresh file, you will not be able to access hard mode. But hard mode does not change anything story-wise or pacing-wise too much. I'll explain the differences actually as we go ahead and just show off how to start over in hard mode. This option will not be available once again until you've beaten the game, so you can do that in order to sort of restart the data. Before I start into the game, let's just go over the differences between normal mode and hard mode so I don't have to explain those during, you know, actual on-screen activity. The differences between normal and hard mode, I might miss a couple because there's a lot of them, but the timing for your jump and all of your attacks, like, you know, the timings to get good and great and excellent and all those rankings, like Bowser's Inside Story was, which is a game I'm going to be referencing a lot. But the timings for those are a lot stricter. You have a lot less time to actually, you know, get them correct. Enemies do have a lot higher defense, so battles might take a little bit longer. It's not too terrible. It's not Partners in Time levels of ridiculous boss length, but it's still going to be a bit longer. Enemies deal a lot more damage to you. We're talking like the enemies in the first area will deal 2 damage on normal mode and 14 damage on hard mode and pretty much 2-shot you in hard mode. So damage and taking hits is going to be a lot more painful. Once we get better equipment, once we get a few levels on our hands though, it's definitely going to get better and better. And we have some ways to break the game, so that's not going to be a bigger concern. Basically, and other certain fights are harder. They have a feature in this game where if you die, you can actually redo the fight from there, and you don't have to actually go back to a save file. You can't do that in this game. If you get game over, you have to go back to your previous save, so I'll have to save often. And then otherwise, you can only hold up to 10 of each item, so you can only have up to 10 mushrooms. It's not 10 items overall, just 10 of each item, which just kind of encourages me to use items more, if anything, which I'm going to have to of how much damage I'll be taking anyway. So stuff like that, basically. That's the gist between normal and hard mode. Otherwise, it's just a kind of a more intense, more interesting sort of playthrough, I think. So I'm excited to start things in hard mode. I've talked a lot, but I wanted to get all that information out of the way before I started. Let's go ahead and dive into the game here. We'll run this episode, I think, a little bit longer than normal just because of all the explanation. But I'm going to try to keep episodes relatively at the 20-ish minute mark if I can. I might go a little longer today just because I did so much blabbing. But I'm going to try to keep things around the 20-minute mark, which actually will be able to do that a lot easier. Of course, knowing me, by the end of the project, there'll be 30-minute videos again, because that just seems to be the trend these days. But I'll try to actually be good for once. You'll see why it'll be easier to do that, though. This game actually has a really nice feature for doing that. But we'll get to that in a bit. Anyways, speaking of Bowser's Inside Story so much, it's Broggy! You see him on that blimp. It's good old Broggy back from Bowser's Inside Story. We're gonna see a lot of references, a lot of recurring characters and whatnot. It's really kind of cool. This game definitely pays homage to all the other games in the series. Plays homage, it's where it gives homage. That's the correct phrase. Anyway, an adventure of luxury awaits. It's a dream vacation. Haha. I will make as many sleep-related puns as I can through this game, but, speaking of sleep-related puns, this entire game has sleep-related puns. The place we're going is called Pillow Island. I mean, I'm gonna call it Pillow Island for the most part, because that's probably how it's pronounced. It'd be like, Pillow. It sounds really, very Italian. Pillow. Mamma mia, Pillow. That was terrible, but, we're gonna go on a vacation, basically. That's the plan. My voice was, like, that close to cracking right there. I heard that. That was kind of hilarious. So the princess going on her dream vacation, but little did they know what awaited them there. Wow, that's foreboding. Oh, and of course we can't forget the protagonists. They're only the protagonists. We have Mario, the daring hero, and Luigi, the ever so often comic relief, who somehow can defy gravity, just like in Wicked. I'm making musical references now. That's new. Anyway, that's the right musical, right? I don't want to like get that one wrong. But yeah, we're going on a vacation. That's the basic plot. Broggy, yeah, I love you, Broggy. Oh, puppy, Pillow Island. I can't say that without a slight accent. It's hilarious. I'm gonna do that the entire time. Actually, it's much more fun than saying just pillow. So Toadsworth is being as cautious as ever, and Broggy is being terrifying, and he has a TV in his butt! Well then, that's not strange at all, and we have some new characters after all. This guy, his name is, he's the proprietor of Pillow Island. He's Dr. Snoozemore, oh god, more sleep puns, and he also has narcolepsy because he falls asleep while talking. That's pretty darn special. So, I don't know, he's like the Pokemon professor of this game, Mr. Snoozemore here. I don't know, I always get like a Pokemon professor vibe from him, probably because they have science that's absolutely useless, just like, I mean, yeah, the research was, okay, yeah, sleep research is important, but, I mean, let's look at science of the Mushroom Kingdom. We have a guy who studies sleeping, and we have a guy who studies ghosts. Yeah, science! So, yeah, he has a tendency to fall asleep. What wow, Toadsworth. Half of that word was really rude. Poppycock is a really funny word just because of the connotations of the second half of that word and how society kind of frowns upon saying such stuff sometimes. It's kind of an interesting view on society, I guess. We're getting to weird territories with this already. It's kind of ironic that I'm playing a game about sleep when I am very much on coffee right now because I did not sleep well last night. Kind of ironic. That other passenger? How foreboding. Who could this other passenger be? Well, the answer is, this creepy-looking pillow! Oh god! Death by pillow. That looks evil. Yep, it has purple, evilly cloud stuff. He just murdered those toads! Guys! He murdered Broggy! They fell off a blimp. They're dead. I'm sorry, there's no getting around that. They are dead. Also, he has a fabulous cape. So, welcome to a guy, and welcome to some badass freaking music, by the way. For the first fight in the game, this music's badass! Very cool first fight. That actually looks really cool, so... refresh on how to attack, I think we should do that, because, well, I mean, I don't need to, but... I'm gonna, you know, it's been a while since we did Bowser's Inside Story. Let's let the game teach us how to play again. So, as we're fighting, by the way, the art style, as you've noticed, is a bit different in this game as well. It's an interesting art style. You get used to it if this is very jarring after Bowser's Inside Story. You do get used to it, I think. Anyway, so, you know, you press A to select jump, and then you can jump on the guy, and, we're gonna attack him. Yeah! I got excellent the first try. So, he has succeeded. We're not doing any damage. We don't have any health currently. You can't actually lose this fight because, well, you're kind of forced to jump, and basically, the you can't actually take damage and die. But we do get our first chance to dodge. If you want to actually be super successful in dodging this attack, you press A to jump right into them. But just watch the shadows and just watch the ones that are nearby and take 2 hits, because that attack is actually really... The attacks in this game, honestly, are pretty intense, even early on. It's a little silly, but either way, this guy will die in 2 hits, no matter how good or bad you do. You can't die, he'll just... He's very, very easy. So that's our little glimpse into combat, you know. It's the usual, you know, you can dodge their attacks if you're good. If you're not, you're going to die. Especially because we're in hard mode, so we will die very, very much. And you use your jumps and your timed actions and all that stuff. But he broke the blimp! We're falling from the sky! We're all gonna die! This is panic! Panic! This is not like... Actually, I just realized this is very similar opening to Super Mario Sunshine, minus the whole crashing thing, going on like a dream vacation and bad stuff happening. You think they learned from the last vacation, but no. Next stop, Pielo Island! I cannot physically say that without going Italian. I really can't. It's the Italian in me. I am part Italian, by the way, in case you guys are curious. This is very much in my heritage. Maybe that's why I like the Mario and Luigi game so much. We crashed! We died! Game over! But no, of course it's not game over. Instead, we're gonna pull a Super Mario Bros. 2. It was all a dream! Like Luigi's dream. And he wakes up, and he panics, and he flops, and he's out again. Have you ever slept so hard that you knocked yourself out again? Have you ever dreamed so... Have you ever nightmared so hard that you fell back asleep? Well, Luigi just did. Anyway, we're here at Pielo Island, finally. Let's go ahead and, I mean, is that the way you pronounce it? Do you guys pronounce it differently? I like pronouncing it this way because it sounds very Italian, but, welcome to It's Block People! It's like, but you're broke! Except there's like, there's a whole race of block people now, it's fantastic! Oh, I love the block people, they're so blocky and such people. Anyway, we're gonna head to the castle. That's gonna be our first goal in the game. That being said, you know, we're talked to by this Dr. Snoozemore guy. Where the heck is he? Why isn't he here to greet us? Well, he's gonna be a bit of a mysterious enigma, at least at the beginning of this game, because, okay, come on, blah, blah, blah. Basically, as they mentioned, I'm gonna admit right now, guys, the tutorials and the intro of this game is really slow. Bear with me for the first few episodes, we'll get past it. Anyway, he's apparently, you know, traveling around, trying to boost tourism, blah, blah, blah. This is like one of those islands that's like, hey, we're gonna boost tourism, and we're gonna make this the dream vacation spot. I'm not even making that a pun that time, that's actually the case. So... I just realized, I'm sorry guys if this intro is a bit of a snooze fest. Anyway. That was the most fake laugh I've ever faked. Oh goodness. So, we're gonna go head to the castle and start our vacation. Clearly, nothing's gonna go horribly wrong when we do this. No, not at all. But we move around the circle pad, which we now have a circle pad, by the way, which is kind of cool. And we jump off the A button, so on and so forth. Basic Mario and Luigi RPG stuff. And we can talk to characters. And we will talk to so many characters, it won't even be funny. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and run around Pielo Island here and have a good time. Luigi, you're looking rather down. I'm gonna jump on your butt here. So yeah, Luigi's out for the count. I mean, it's like the beginning of any Mario and Luigi game. You kind of play as Mario by himself for a little bit. It teaches you how to play the game, and then as Luigi, and just kind of introduces you to all the different elements as you go. So we're going to be playing as Mario for the first couple episodes, probably. Or at least this episode. And we'll go from there. So, Luigi is... Wow, waking Luigi up is really tiring work. I could use a nap. From waking someone up. Kind of weird. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just talk to the locals. We're on vacation, we should talk to people. So the airship returns safely, blah, blah, blah. Get started on the maintenance, blah, blah, blah. I love you, Zeppelin! And yes, it is Zeppelin, not Zeppelin. There's another E there. There's a reason they call it Zeppelin. We'll get to that later in this episode, do not worry, do not fret. So yeah, welcome to Pielo Blimport, the first part of the game. We have blimps everywhere, It's a Blimport. There's really nothing else to describe from it. It's a Blimport. And oh my god, everyone's so excited, there's bird people! Bird people! Spoilers, if you actually look at the character models here in the back, there's a zipper. These are actually costumes. They are not actually bird people. I know it's spoilers, but they're gonna spoiler that pretty quickly anyway. So it's kind of cool though, because this game actually introduces quite a few new races and whatnot. There's a lot of guys you can talk to here, but I won't talk to all of them obviously, because it's gonna take a while. But actually, if you talk to some certain people in this area, you can get some interesting references to just different, like, you know, there's a couple interesting references I feel like if you talk to some of these people. So we'll talk to, I think those references are later on though, so we're not going to, visiting person, thank you, that was not obvious at all. I like the bird people though, they're my favorite. They're so chubby, that's what it is. They're like small chubby animals, that's the small chubby animal syndrome. Sir, okay. I like how I'm talking to all the birds, here I'll talk to you, just be fair. Yeah, such fun! This is like the most excited vacation ever. So they're going to explain a little bit about a thing called saving, which is actually changed slightly in this game, because you know before we usually had to use save blocks to save the game, so on and so forth. In this game, yeah, we can use save blocks to save, but we can also save whenever we want. Actually, you see in the bottom screen there in the upper right hand corner, we can literally press that button whenever we want to save the game whenever we want, which is awesome. Save blocks still do exist, you can save of those. I feel like they're more there just as a reminder to save, and not necessarily, like, they aren't necessary for anything. Even if you get a game over in hard mode, you won't go back to the save block, you'll just go back to wherever your last save was. So, basically, it doesn't really matter, the save blocks are not really, they're just kind of there as a reminder, because you can save whenever you want, which means I can pretty much end these episodes whenever I'm at a decent amount of length. I'm gonna aim for about 20-ish, 21-ish minutes, probably, just to, for the sake of getting a decent amount of content per video, without going overboard, because I feel like, well, once you get past 20-ish, 21-ish, that does start to get a bit lengthy, I think, and I, just for the sake of you guys and your time, I won't go too overboard on the super long videos. So, we still have a little bit of time, let's keep playing, because like I said, we can save whenever we gosh darn want. So we want to see, oh, I guess it's Monsieur Broke! He's all French again! Oh, I miss this guy, he was such a cool guy. Yeah, they're bringing back lots of characters in Bowser's Inside Story. Of course, we already saw his dog, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised that, we see him. That being said, if you look at in the background, you'll see some characters from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We have the Bean People, we have the Hoo-Hoo Mountain People, with all their hooing and their hawing. So, they're actually in this game. We're actually going to interact with a lot of Bean People, just all of the different races we've encountered throughout, all of the games. It brings, these are Superstar Saga references they brought back. Freaking awesome! I love it! So, but yeah, Monsieur Broke, he's obviously the star of the show. We're doing the Pillow Island quiz. Very exciting. That is moi, Broke Monsieur. That was not French in the slightest, but he's the most Frenchy French who ever Frenched in this game. Welcome to today, jolly Princess Peach, and other less jolly people. Hey! Rude. But they do actually make a reference that we have seen Monsieur Broke before, which we did have. You could actually meet him as Mario and Luigi in Bowser's Inside Story, though he was primarily a character that we used Bowser with. He was the person who sold Bowser items. We still had a chance to meet with Mario and Luigi. I don't think you necessarily had to meet him. I think you probably could have avoided meeting him at some point, maybe? Was it ever required to talk to Broke Monsieur as Mario and Luigi? I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure if it was, but we get a chance to earn some coins of a little bit of a minigame. It's a Mario and Luigi game, you can expect minigames, although they're not going to be as overboard with the minigames as Bowser's Inside Story, which is nice. So let's get some of the minigameage over with now, with a little quiz. Hope you guys are paying attention to the intro, because we're going to be quizzed on it now to get some money. And getting the money early on is pretty important. I'm not necessarily sure the quiz portion of it is very important, but actually it might be. I'm not entirely sure how the money mechanics work, from just due to things that you will see later, next episode probably. But getting this money early on is nice, because there's a shop decently soon, and especially on hard mode, equipment is going to be very important, so definitely is always helpful to have, you know, a little bit of extra early funds, so you can buy some decent equipment and, not instantly die. That'll be nice. Allez-vous, here we go. I actually know how to speak decent French. I took it in high school and college. Fun LuckySevenDX facts. This island is named Pillow Island. Well, indeed it is. just the accent. Move to the panel of your choice and talk to the Zaf, s'il vous plaît. Well, it is indeed called Pillow Island. So, we are correct. We are choosing check. Yes. Toad, why did you run away? You are incorrect now. You're so sad. But we get some money. And that's fantastic. Now this quiz is almost kind of pointless because it's just pointlessly short. But whatever. So, a good way to start the game, indeed. Indeed. So, question 2? What's question 2? The leader of this, the leader of this island, she is called Dr. Sneezemore, yes? That is, I'm being insulting now at this point. But no, he's not Dr. Sneezemore, he's Dr. Snoozemore! Incorrect! Actually, what if I talk to, like, can I talk to you? Hello! Okay, whatever. I do want to choose X. Because, Princess Peach, why? Princess Peach, why are you so dumb? Were you not paying attention at all? Were you just snoozing? Were you taking a nap during your trip? That wasn't even close to a sleep pun, but whatever. So you get 10 coins, I believe. No, just 5 coins for this answer. So we've not made, and that's all for the quiz. So what's the point of that quiz? I don't even know, but I hope you guys are paying attention because 10 coins are on the line. Very important stuff going on there. Anyway, that's the first of the many activities that we'll have on the way to Dreamcast. They're treating us like special guests, giving us some entertainment along the way, some fun and games. But of course, being a video game, things will go horribly wrong at some point. Do not be unassured of that. So we're just going to play for a little bit longer, but we will be ending the episode very soon. Because like I said, I don't want to make the video lengths too ridiculous. But I did talk for about 4 minutes at the beginning, so I'll play for just a little bit extra, just for the sake of this. And there we go! Spoilers! These bird people are not actually birds, they're wearing a suit. They're the island's mascot, and very similar to that statue you've seen. We'll see that sort of statue very often throughout this game. Basically, the way this works, I'm not sure how much they've explained it. Well, I think they explain it here. Basically, long ago, there was a great kingdom that flourished at the peak of prosperity. And they worshipped the Z-Keeper, hence the name Zeppelin, by the way, from before. So this game actually is centered around, like, an ancient culture that pretty much has gone, that was destroyed long ago, and exploring their island that's now become a place for tourism. It's kind of almost a weird sort of, like, statement on the state of tourism in today's world, if you think about it. So, kind of interesting how that it's almost kind of interesting. It's an interesting take on tourism. It's kind of like a hidden message of the game. Is like, is it questionable to be sort of profiting off of an ancient culture's demise? I don't know. But yeah. So of course, it being an RPG, do take note of the lore. It is going to be very important in the future. The whole Z Keepers and this ancient kingdom. Obviously, it'll be. Also, there's confetti everywhere. I do agree. Lots of confetti. And the Toads have cameras. They're all ready for vacation. It's very exciting. Hello, Mr. Frenchy Man. You and your... The staff, they await your arrival with great anticipation, you know. Hon. Alright, so yeah, we get the picture. We'll move forward, except you have coins and items laying around here. And there's people to talk to. This is an RPG, sir. Please understand. Please understand. So, blah, blah, blah. The Toads are harassing this poor guy. I just like the expression on his face. He's just like, oh, God. Why is this a thing? Please don't run in circles around me, please. Woohoo! Hello! I'm Toad! I can make so many bad Toad voices with this as well. Very exciting. I'm going on vacation! Woohoo! That was terrible. My voice could not, like... My voice gets, like, slightly more strained on coffee, and I can't make the Toad voice very well right now. But there are items to collect around here. Obviously, we're going to want to collect all these items, get a few extra coins, because these coins do matter early on. I want to hug you! You're so fat and adorable, and I want to cuddle the Z-Keeper. I want a Z-Keeper plushie. That'd be fantastic. That'd be awesome. Do want. There's these coin blocks, obviously, that jump multiple times to hit them, so on and so forth. that being said, okay, snap! Fwachi! What? What kind of even noise is that? I don't even. So Pilo Castle lies to the east. We will be heading to the east to get there. But, unfortunately, if we keep going forward, stuff is gonna happen, and it's going to drag the video very long. So we're gonna be ending the first episode right here, guys. Like I said, unlike other Mario and Luigi games, we can save whenever we want, which we will do right here. As you can see, by the way, we kind of have, like, the whole, like, we have the whole text of, like, hey, this is what's going on in the plot, like most of the games. So, we can always look at these as we go through the game at the end of every episode or something like that. Just to read the text. Oh my god, I'm being surrounded by toads! Oh no! I can't do a toad voice right now, it's terrible. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying this project. I'm very excited to start Mario and Luigi Dream Team, but we will be continuing this in the next episode. So this is LuckySevenDX signing out. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.